this is the lack of experience. We talk about, giving up 40 points, 32 the last one in the fourth quarter. Just not enough discipline to win the game.
Let's hear what Coach Chris Finch has to say.
This is just provides us with the foundation to keep moving forward. We know what this experience can do for us heading into the off season, what we got to do better, our habits, with our roster, everything. This is a really, really good team down the hallway. They don't beat themselves. We don't have that in us yet, but that's okay in the sense that we're still learning, and playing in these high leverage situations is is huge for us. I thought composure-wise, again, we showed it in our shot selection in the fourth. It's baked in our DNA right now, and we have to learn from this. And we're not all just gonna be able to save the day, but moving forward, we'll learn, and we'll have hopefully grown from it.
Was that the biggest frustration, just that it seems like this followed the same pattern?
Yeah, we're nothing if not consistent. Every single game we've lost to them this season has been the same, not just this series. Sometimes you are who you are, and it doesn't. We had a lineup out there that was working, but it was small, and we just get kind of beat up a little bit, and there's not a lot of things that we could have done to change that with the guys who were out there playing well. So, we know it was a bit of a gamble, but the beginning of the fourth with the turnover and the three, this is very similar to the other day when we blew a coverage, they missed a dunk, got an offensive rebound and a three. So just deflating plays, that really kind of, a team that doesn't beat themselves, feasts on those.
See a 21-year-old and a 20-year-old like Jaden and Ant play like this in big moments. Does that, give you a lot of hope for what's coming around the corner here? Oh,
no doubt. We're excited about our team. We're excited about our young core. For those guys to be in their second season in the playoffs and be able to experience this and whet their appetite for what these games mean and how you have to play in them and how you need to prepare for them. I think that's invaluable for us.
Yeah, Chris, you were pretty much shouting these fourth quarter issues from the rooftops from the beginning of the season. But is this why you need to play the playoff series? Because sometimes it's a take that for players to say that is a big problem.
The great thing about all of this is that it's all about exposure. Everybody gets exposed at the highest level for their weaknesses, their flaws. There are things that they have to learn and grow, and myself included, and what we need to do, how we need to construct our team, and and the best path for us still is our internal growth, which is the exciting part with Jaden and Ant, and the performance that they can leave the season on tonight.
Chris, you talked before the season with Carl and how this season was about for him, kind of getting back on track, getting to this place, and proving that he's one of the best players in this league. As you just reflect not only on the series, but as the whole season of what he's done, what comes to mind there?
Well, what's come to mind is just this high level consistency, and his efficiency. It was extremely efficient. I thought his defense was excellent as well. And I liked his leadership. We asked him to come into this season with the best way he can lead our team is to be the best version of himself, which gives us a great chance to win every night, and something people want to follow, someone people want to follow. He made it all about winning this year, and he's made it all about winning ever since I've been here. So, he's at that point where he's still heading into his prime, and again, this is a great experience for him and something for him to build on. And, when you play in these games, you want more of them. So,
Chris, you went with Jordan down the stretch there in the last few minutes over D'Lo. Was it more of what Jordan was doing than what D'Lo wasn't? And what do you need to see from D'Lo in the future to kind of expand what you need him to do?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, Jordan, we just had a lot of pop with him out there. He was able to get to the heart of the defense, create pace. That was huge for us. D'Lo, had a great season for us, and he, had a hard time settling into this series. And I thought he was going to set up for a really good half. He started the half well. Sometimes it goes like that. Every series has its own personality. Had we been able to move on, matchup-wise, etc., who knows? He could have had a great series, against Golden State. And that's just how it goes, So that's playoff basketball.
Do you think your lack of defensive versatility played a role in these fourth quarters? And what do you think you need moving forward, either from the roster or from outside the roster, to get that kind of versatility rather than just having one defense that you can count on?
Yeah, to answer the first part, I don't think our defensive versatility hurt us, because I thought, when we're up and in a high wall and we're aggressive, we were able to give Morant problems. Where we got hurt was on the glass, and what we need size, and we got to get some man strength about us, and as we grow up, we will. Obviously, I think it'd be great to have a bunch of multi-positional defenders so you can switch everything. That's what's popular in the league right now. That's what can give us trouble. That gives a lot of team trouble. So for sure, everyone would love that. But the reality is we don't have that. And I was proud of our defense this year, and we may have been a bit of a fastball team, but we took a big step there. And as we go forward, there's a lot of different things that you can try to do in a series, but it's only about what you're able to execute. So yeah, we were a little limited, but I don't think it was necessarily a result of. I don't think it was the determining factor of what happened in the fourth.
Hey, Chris. As you guys were leaving the court, the fans give you guys a standing ovation, and you very deliberately put your hands up and clap back. I'm just curious for you what it has meant to represent this state, this team, and this fan base on your first full year as a head coach.
Well, I coached in Europe for a long, long time. And I always thought one of the neatest things about in Europe is that the players always clap to the fans after every game. Fans are part of the fabric of the team just as much as any of the players. I think the thing that's been most meaningful for me about this season is not just being proud of our guys and how they play, but how everybody in the community has come up and been very complimentary of them. It's a team they like to watch play. It's a team that they believe plays the right way and exciting. And I've always said even our mistakes and our failures are interesting, as proven by this series. So that makes me feel great. I think it's good to have that backing, and it's good to have basketball back in a meaningful way here. But now it's our responsibility that this is just the first step of what we hope to be a long run.
Chris, if there had been a Game 7, would Nas have been available for that game?
I have no idea. I can't answer that question right now. So,
Chris, when you're in a series like this where you had the advantage so often, and you could maybe even say to yourself, we could have won this series. Yeah. Is that harder to take than if you're overmatched and kind of get wiped out? Or how do you process that part of being in position? Yeah, that's just another that's another version. I would rather lose by 20 or two, right? Honestly, I don't. I certainly don't want to get whitewashed. So I love the fact that we were super competitive. We had a chance to win games. Some games just will stay with you for the rest of your life. And Game 3 is one of those games for me and for our guys, I'm sure. We've talked about that enough. We've owned that. And then every loss we've had a chance. But you are what you repeatedly do. And if we're not able to close the game
these high leverage games, then we need to work on that. We need to be better at that. In some ways, it's not a lot of different than in a regular season when you have a young team or a middle of the table team that struggle and that's beating a top of the table team and then can't close the game. It's just another version of that, but at a higher level. So I'm just proud of the way that we fought, we wiped clean whatever happened. Our guys came out, they played, super hard, and for the most part they played the right way and executed what we were asking them to do.
Kind of along those lines, how do you maybe channel whatever frustration, anger that the team might feel coming out of a close contested series like this and channel it in a positive way moving forward?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of positives. I think, first of all, I hope we are, a bit angry and a bit, a little bit disappointed. And I hope that fuels us. I thought that alone should be a positive thing. That's what this being a competitor is all about. But yeah, like we can go into the summer and we know what does Ant need to do to close games? What does that look like? What does Cat need to do to close games? Like, what do we need? We talked about defensive versatility. How do we develop those things? Like, you heard me say this before. Like, the last 40 games that I was able to spend with this team last year was actually the genesis of this season, because we were able to take what we learned and put it into play after a summer of strategizing and thinking and and coming up with what our philosophy was going to look like. It's no different right now. Like, what is it that we need to do better? Like, if you want to repeat in the Western Conference, which is going to be tougher, you got to play a more consistently high level than we did at times this year. And we learned that through these types of environments, so.
Along those lines, Chris, is composure something that automatically comes with time and experience, or is that something that needs to be drilled in or added?
Yeah, I mean, I think you would hope it comes with time and experience and being in these situations again and again. That's where we absolutely have to get better. But it also, has to come within the individual themselves. They got to find it within themselves. And that's, it's a maturity. We have, we have a lot of young guys, and if you look through the roster, like, they probably haven't played in a lot of meaningful basketball games even in their college careers. So this is the most fun that they've probably had playing basketball. It's just it ends not the way we want it to, but I'm very, very proud of them. Okay, thank you guys. Yep.